Hi Scorpios, this is Shooting Star Tarot, and we are here to do your love forecast reading for March 2016. If you'd like to do a private reading, you can email me at the link below or go to my website. That's not all the way up yet, I'm just starting. So either way, this is your general love forecast reading for March. So let's get started. All right, Spirit, tell me what the overall love message is for Scorpios in March 2016. What are the messages in love for Scorpio in March 2016? Messages for Scorpio. What are the messages for Scorpio in love 2016 in March? Welcoming in spring in March for Scorpios. What are the love messages? Okay. All right. Okay, this one. All right, I'm going to do the Celtic Cross. Many of you might be familiar with it. So this is the overlying the situation. This is what's crossing it. This is the foundation of it. Recent past, the outcome, or what's kind of the overall energy that's over the situation. Near future, how you view the situation, how they view the situation, your hopes and fears, and the outcome. Oh boy. All right, Scorpio. What is the foundation of this issue? We have the Knight of Swords. Now, there could be some messages coming, or maybe you have just received some messages and don't know what to do with the information. But not so much messages, but something's definitely, maybe there was a fight. Because I feel like there's someone's defending themselves, and they're bringing something up because they're frustrated, and it's going to lead to a fight, or it did lead to a fight, and your partner is not handling it so well, or maybe you're not handling it so well. But there's definitely something that happened, and you're in the midst of it right now. Now, swords are air sign energies. So Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. So you may be dealing with someone who's an air sign. I'm not sure. So that could be. And then what's crossing it is the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups is definitely a water sign. That's you. Cups are water signs. And if you look at him, he's, kind of studious. It's kind of there's like a young, fun, fruitful energy to him. I'm not saying him. I mean, obviously it's male or female. But he's wanting to be there. Someone there, you're offering your cup. It sounds like you are. This isn't gonna work. Okay. So let's look at what's crossing it, what's crossing the situation. And what's crossing the situation is the Page of Cups. What's crossing the situation is the Page of Cups. And this may very well be you. And you're here saying, you're offering something. You're here with your cup and you're giving it to them. So maybe there was some words and maybe there was some frustration and some fights, but you're here saying, well, let's try to figure this out. Let's talk about this. Let's not keep this war going. There's no point. And this being an air energy, they tend to sometimes they can seem very detached. So emotionally detached. So there very well could have been a fight or an argument, and maybe you're just not talking now and you're saying, here, come on, this wasn't bad, let's go. But they are being very detached about the situation and you don't know what to do. So you're here kind of with your peace offering saying, come on, let's warm this up a little bit. What's the problem? Now, what's grounding the situation is the Tower. And this is a major arcana. Something was definitely shaken to the core. Now, the Tower isn't always bad, but it's definitely, stuff is changing. So sometimes I know sometimes you can say things that they're not that meaningful to you, or you react a certain way and the person just takes so much offense to it and it just shakes them to the core. And then they're just, have no idea what to do with the information and they'll just leave. Or they just take it so much more harshly than you ever intended it. Maybe you were kind of joking, but there was a serious undertone and they took it to a whole different level. That's kind of the energy that I'm picking up on this, is something happened and they're really offended. I don't see so much that you're offended. I think that you, because of this, and we'll talk about this in a minute, I think that you have been really happy and were carrying yourself well, and they were probably really happy too, but something happened and they're just don't know what to do. So that's what's grounding the situation. Now, the Ace of Pentacles is what is kind of crowning the situation and covering it. So the Ace of Pentacles, all the Ace cards are kind of, they have like not religious, but there's a spirit offering something out to you. It's coming out of the clouds and it's being offered directly to you. So it's like perfectly happy and completely content and just excited. There's nothing wrong in the situation, as that according to this card. You were both really happy and everything was going swimmingly, and all of a sudden it seems like something happened and you don't know what to do. So this could be maybe if you're single, or maybe it's something that's so new and it's a new relationship and you both saw so much future and you were so happy, you were in the honeymoon stage and you were elated, and something happened and now everyone's getting all worked up about it. So, and you're both taking it to an inappropriate level of being worried. But sometimes that happens, and that's how you learn about people. Now, if you're in a relationship, there definitely was some words and some fighting, and you need to figure out what's going on, because you were very happy, and you're definitely going through some points of contention right now. It could be nothing major, but you have to work through it. And if you're single, you still could be thinking about something that did happen. And it's this underlying energy that's just carrying on through time, and you just are not wanting to let it go. But I don't think that's so much, because This is you saying, I want to fix this. I'm here. Let's go. Why do we need to focus on all this negative energy? Now, the King of Cups is what's in your recent past. So this is you. And this is a very kind and warm man. He's, but very emotional. And it could be man or woman, obviously. But also very full of emotion, deep emotion. I mean, he's in the sea. And he's king, so he's very much in charge of himself. But he's also he's very in charge of himself, but there is a deep emotion there. Definitely a deep emotion. Let's see if there's anything else I want to say about this. Very business oriented, but very willing to help too. So a very responsible person. So this is probably you. It's a water sign, and we're willing to work on the situation. And look, you definitely are. You're successful in what you're doing, and you worked very hard, and you were present and available and willing, and something happened. So this is definitely you, and this is definitely you. Now what's in the near future is the Ten of Pentacles. And Pentacles are they're an earth energy. So Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. And this is a great card in the near future because it's speaks to a lot of success, socializing, being out and about in the community, being happy. There's wisdom here, there's growth. You're in this beautiful city. So get out and be friendly, and maybe you're gonna meet somebody just being out, and stop focusing so much on what's going on with this. And maybe you both need to just go out and be out together, and that could build. But this is a very card full of stability, and it goes right along with this card, and that they're both pentacles, and there's stability there. There's warmth, there's love, there's hope, there's newness, and it's being offered to you. So it might not be with this person. Very well might not be with this person. But get out and be about. Don't stay in. Now the seventh card in this spread is how you're viewing the situation. And I really like that because it goes right along with this, and I'll say why in a minute. So Temperance is a card really of maturity and calmness and management, self-management and moderation, and there's a spiritual undertone to it, and you're just calm. And I like this because it seems like they're the ones that are, whoever it is, whoever is else in this picture, they're the ones that are getting frustrated, and they're the ones that are getting all worked up. You're just saying, hey man, have been calm. I've been helpful. I've been available. I haven't thrown any major fits. I'm just doing my thing, and you can take it or leave it. I'm here. I'm calm, and that's it. I did my part. Stop getting frustrated. That's what you're saying. That's how you're feeling about the situation. Now, how they are feeling about the situation, this is a really interesting card. The Four of Wands is a fire energy, and there is great happiness in this card. Maybe a marriage. Maybe there's definitely some celebrating. There's out in the community, there's celebration, there's happiness, there's jovial activity, and this is how they're viewing the situation. So they may be saying, oh my gosh, like I was so happy. What the heck happened? I don't even know what to do. And, maybe they're just going to just decide to get over it and move on. But they were very happy and excited also. They probably are just processing information much differently than you are. Now, this is a card of hopes and fears for you pertaining to the situation. This is a man, another, it's a swords, it's an air energy. This is a man who is, or a person who is very contemplative, and they're just gonna kind of take a time out and try to figure things out for themselves. They really are just going to take a time out, and you don't want to take a time out. It seems like you're here offering yourself and offering situations and trying to help it. Let's see if I missed anything. This is also a card of inheritance and kind of holding on to what you have. So you may be really afraid of letting it go, and you definitely don't want to. So that's a good thing, because it can be bad, but it's a good thing that you're afraid of that, because you don't want to, because you were very happy. There was a lot of hope. You were carrying yourself with respect, and offering solutions, and you were happy. You are happy in it. So I feel like this is nothing major. I really do. I feel like there was just a little tiff in, whether it be within a marriage or a new relationship, or if you're single and you recently broke up. I feel like this is just a little tiff, and you both need to just go out and have fun, because you both saw a very positive future for it, or are continuing to have a good time. So just go out and be about that. Always tends to, in some degree, it always tends to just lighten up a mood and just help you move on, and forget about something. You can just get so worked up in your mind sometimes about a situation, and it kind of resets your mind and helps you move on and just forget about the things that don't really matter. Now, what the outcome card is, the 10th card in this Celtic Cross, is the outcome of the situation. So we have the 9 of Swords. Now, it looks like a very bad card, but it always can be very helpful. It's kind of a card of disappointment and delay, and it has other meanings like failure and miscarriage and things like that. But I think pertaining to this situation, the word delay just keeps coming to my mind, because it seems like you're just wanting to fix it, and they're just staying offended. But there's still a lot of hope for the future, and you really just need to go out and have fun together, because that always has a way of just opening up communication, and you just move on. It just might take a little bit longer than you're anticipating. Because air signs really, they're funny in how they deal with problems, because they'll just go away. And it doesn't mean they're not frustrated or sad or hurting. They are. They just deal with it differently. They'll just go away and be quiet. And then a couple weeks later, they just come back like nothing happened. And literally, they really feel that nothing happened. And they don't want to talk about it. It's like they don't even remember, then they're just happy again. So keep in mind that that's the type of energy that, and that is a good thing sometimes, because why dwell on anything? And if it's been a couple weeks and you're finally talking again, sometimes so much has happened in that time, and you finally both just decided that you're over it and just move on. So I got a phone call right in the middle of that. But yeah, just move on. And I think that it's nothing minor or nothing major. There was just a disagreement, and someone got really offended, and I feel like there's a lot of good there, and they're just going to come back around like nothing happened. And you have to decide, though, not to hold a grudge, because you can have a tendency to just be like, hey, what the heck? We just had this major fight, and you just walked away, and whatever. I'm so upset with you. But don't be. I don't think you are. I really don't think you are. Just offer. Keep offering. Come to this barbecue. Hey, want to go get drinks? Want to go get dinner? Just keep offering and just be there. They'll come back around. Okay, let's look at your let's look at your oracle card reading, which is kind of going to be the overall tone of March for you, or some advice for you. So I'm using the Brian Froud Oracle, the Fairy Oracles deck. I've had this deck for years, over a decade, and I've always loved it, the artwork. And let's see what they say. I have to read the message from the book because they're long write-ups. So let's see, what are the messages for Scorpio for 2016 in March in love? What's the overall message or advice for Scorpio in love in March? All right. Okay, this one. The Singer of Healing. Look how beautiful that card is. I just love this artwork in this deck. I really do. So simple, but so full of light. So take all this and pull it in. Offer something, and it should be fine. Let's read what the book says for the Singer of Light. I mean, not the Singer of Light, the Singer of Healing. Healing of body, mind, and spirit. This is the Healer's card, and its presence in a reading may speak of healing to be given or of healing to be received. The circumstances and processes of reaching well-being may seem easy, or they may be great challenges. I think this is probably going to be easy for you and difficult for them. In either case, we are asking to participate in our own healing as we are strengthened by the singer. The more usually the singer speaks to both giving and receiving, because we cannot truly be free and freely give without receiving as well. Healing is something that flows through us, not from us. And as such, we are inevitably affected in its passage. Drawing this card tells us of both a need and an opportunity for healing ourselves and perhaps others as well. Healing is not something you do, it's something you are. So I think that it's just something minor that someone got really offended about. I know I keep saying that, but I really think it's going to take a little bit longer for the situation to resolve because of petty feelings and petty frustrations. But I also think it's just going to heal itself and wrap it up. And you just need to be there. Keep doing what you're doing. Manage yourself. Keep doing what you're doing and offer. And you would be surprised how quickly these things can get fixed. All right. Thank you very much, Scorpio.